Welcome to another episode of the Lost Footage series. This is episode 2 when we hiked the Wilmington Slide in Wilmington, New York. We go over on the map showing where we started and our plan of attack as far as this trail is concerned. It's not a marked trail. There is a trail, but we veered off of it, and we'll cover that when we get to the map section. There is some relatively steep and wet sections. Appropriate footwear, whatever works best for you. I would recommend approach shoes or any good kind of trail running shoe, probably. This slide is outside of the High Peaks wilderness. You won't find this in the High Peaks. It is probably just as hard as some High Peaks slide climbs. A little bit shorter, and I certainly wouldn't recommend backtracking down any of this. There's some of the stuff that you're seeing now is fine, but when you get up to some of those steeper sections,
That's pretty sick.
It's probably like a 5-5 climb in some spots, so it's very dangerous if you decide to backtrack, especially without any experience in climbing. Here's the start of some of the really steeper sections. There's some really good hand and footholds. But coming down this, I think, would be kind of precarious. Here's another section of that's pretty steep. Really gorgeous views looking back towards Lake Champlain in Vermont. The black flies were especially rude here. The exit and top out of this slide isn't very clean cut, I guess you could say. We kind of had to bushwhack our way into the woods to get off the slide. Did it. This is the top of Wilmington Peak.
Alright. White Wilmington Peak.
And then we decided to bushwhack down to Cooper Kiln Pond. As going back down we felt was too unsafe. We didn't stay in the water for very long as leeches like to show up. Stick around to watch us talk about where we started and show you the map. Yeah.
So Lake Placid this way, Whiteface Memorial Highway to the summit that way, All Sable Forks and J that way, Silver Lake that way. So we went this way, up Bonneview Road, and roughly park right about here, and then there's a trail called the Cooper Kiln Pond Trail that goes all the way through to Cooper Kiln Pond.
We branched off, I think, right here.
Here, where that bend is.
Yeah, and it's a pretty significant bend in the trail, so you'll probably notice it.
And there's a big kind of like open grass area. It's all old logging roads that are in there. So you follow a logging road into this drainage, and this drainage leads you up to here.
And then so what we did is we got to the top of the slide and we kind of bushwhacked. This is about where we had lunch in the video. And then we bushwhacked down this mountain to the Cooper Kiln Pond Trail.
Yes.
Shelter signifying the lean-to that's also in the video. And then we just kind of doubled back. We took this trail all the way back down. You can actually, we went all the way back down around the bend from where we cut off and just kind of did a loop.
It's the Wilmington Range. They're unnamed mountains. They might have a name nowadays, but that's the high point, is where we ended up. and then bounce to this knob and bounce to the pond.
Yep.
Very cool. Good adventure.